Welcome to today's episode of Diaspora Global News. My name is Deb, and if this is your first time of joining this channel, I welcome you. And at the end of the day, I would really love to hear your comments down below in the comment section. And I'd like you to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you like anything you hear or see. This channel, there's no cancel culture, there's no erasure. I'm not gonna ban you, I'm not gonna delete you, I'm not gonna ask whoever YouTube to do anything to you. It's by open discussion, by criticisms that we learn, we come together and then we advance the discussion forward. So please feel free to say whatever you want to say. If you want to, criticize my hair, my whatever you want to criticize, that's fine. Now, today's topic is none other than the Honorable Mrs. Remi Tinubu, the wife of the president. Now, why her, you'd say or ask? I don't know her, never met her, never spoken to the woman for a second. But I've been studying her for a while, since she became First Lady. And, I must say that we have never had a First Lady like this woman, okay? She's the epitome of what, not just a First Lady, but, what a woman should be, quietly supporting her husband and not, trying to get ahead of him, be in front of him, and, just be in every picture, carrying on and screaming. She's, just doing her work diligently, with grace, with honor, with dignity, and with poise. And, I've not seen that in a very long time. So it's very, very refreshing to see, because, honestly, prior to her, the only, first ladies that I really love their style were Laura Bush and Barbara Bush, the two Bushes, their wives, for different reasons, but I love them. And I love Melania, actually. Again, she reminds me of Tinubu's wife too. Again, different settings, but, just quietly, just behind, just doing her own thing and not trying to get ahead of her husband, be in every single news, be the trendsetter for this and that and that and that. Now, I haven't read any biography about this woman. I don't know her. I just see what she does on telly. And, she's been a senator. She's well educated and clearly well brought up. So I'm glad she's the First Lady for this time, this tumultuous time that Nigeria is going through. And maybe it's her faith, or maybe it's the leading of the Lord, or just her upbringing generally, or her confidence in herself, that she doesn't need to prove herself to anyone. So she carries herself with utmost dignity. And I wish that other so-called first ladies, past and to come, or even state first ladies, because these days, everyone, even churches, the pastor's wife is the first lady, or mommy Gio, or all that kind of nonsense. They will emulate this woman. She's grace, okay? I would wish that our young girls, listen to your parents, emulate your parents if they are worth emulating, because some parents, you would want to just take the kids away from them. But anyway, she's a good mother figure, and, you can learn things about grace, about manners, about things. I'm not sure these are things that she learned from church and all these things. It also says a lot about the president, people who accuse him of all kinds of things. To be a practicing Muslim and to have a wife who is a Christian, I'm not here to judge the level of her Christianity, because I don't know, I'm not God. Even her pastor or whoever will not know her level of Christianity. It's only God that can judge us. But to be able to coexist as a couple, live together, says a lot about the man also. So, that saying that behind every successful man is a woman, and it can go vice versa, obviously. So she is a very, very good case study, and she's an open book for Nigerian women who like to just generally shove it in your face, to just learn what decorum, what manners, what dignity means, and what it means to submit to your husband without being submissive. Okay, I don't see her as submissive, but she's clearly an accomplished woman, and she knows her role and her place in the whole setup, and she just supports him. Now, I haven't talked about all these women. I put them in one class because they belong to political people. Of course, my mom is the number one when it comes to all these things. She's late, but whatever I am now, whoever I am, I thank my mom, I thank my dad, and obviously the community where I grew up, which has since changed. Won't even remember it, recognize it when I see it now. I remember it, but I can't recognize it when I see it now, because things have changed. Everything is now topsy-turvy, upside down. So my mom is the number one, and I'm just listing the non-political people. My sister and other good people who have helped along the way. And I shouldn't forget the Queen. I really, really loved Queen Elizabeth also. She was poise, dignity, grace. Even her style was understated chic, for a woman of her age. Like, sometimes I try to emulate her style, honestly. And contrary to all these people who like to leave things hanging everywhere, I actually get commented by, I get comments from people, that looks nice, and that looks nice, like genuine people, not the ones who are saying it for some other reason. So it just goes to show, because sometimes when I watch some of the shows on TV, what I see is just people just, letting it out there, letting it out behind, and, shoving it in your face, and like you're blind, you can't see. They need to undress for you to see. Beauty comes from within, actually. It's not from, what you're wearing, what you're doing. And that's why, for me, like I said, apart from my mom, Tinubu's wife, should be a case in study for the young girls, for women who find themselves in places of authority where they're supporting their husbands, not to run ahead of them. Be there, carve out your own name in the things that you do. You may think it doesn't matter, but it actually matters. It touches people. And for that, for me, she has earned an A+. I'd like to hear your comments down below, what you think of this particular podcast. I really enjoyed doing it. It came off the cuff. I didn't have any notes. I didn't write anything. I just thought, oops, I'll just talk about her because I saw her just recently, and it just reminded me of the many reasons why I do like her as a first lady. And I think that the country is actually in a better place with someone like her as the first lady, supporting the president, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And God bless Nigeria, and God bless their reign, and just God bless you all. Thank you.